Hello everyone. In this video we will try to create a parametric cube with 4 holes in it that we can place magnet later. So first, what we do after you are opening the empty Fusion, we click in on modify, and then we come here to change parameters. So if you look at here, there is no parameter, so let's create the first one. The first one will be related to the cube length, so you can give a name that later you can easily recognize it. The measurement is millimeter, and the expression will be the value. In this case, let's say we have a 20 millimeter. I don't have to say that. Now the second one will be, after we create a hole for a magnet, we need to put the measurement of the magnet. So first one, let's put the radius, and again the radius usually will be 3, but we put in 3.15 just for tolerance. So 0.15 will be for tolerance, and the tolerance can be between 0.1 millimeter to 0.2 millimeter, and also this is depend on your a lot of other factors like your filament, the type of filament, and so on. For tolerance. Now finally we need to, for the height of the magnet, now this one will be 2.7. The original one will be 2.6. We add 0.1. We have everything. Then later we go creating the first sketch. The first sketch we will place it on XY coordinate. This is the XY coordinate. If you don't know from this, you can click on the origin and click on XY from here. Now we have the XY coordinate. We click in on the rectangle, click on the one of the vertices, and then when you drag it, you see two factors. You can tap to move from one of the lengths to the other one. So I'm the first, say 31.1993 millimeter. I just type the name of the cube, the length of the cube you have. So I say cube and then select. Now going to the next one, cube, and then select. Now finish, and here we go, we have it. So the next step will be creating, extrude this one to create the cube. Click on extrude. So you can do it this way, and in this location you can say cube length, or you can come here, write the name of the length. So we have the cube. You can look at the front. This is our cube. The next step, we need to create 4 holes, and to do that, what I'm doing, first I will try to find the midpoint of this shape. So I'm looking at the top, clicking on the sketch, and I can pick one of these. Let's say pick this one, and creating 2 lines. This way I can see the midpoint, and I use the midpoint as a center of my circle. Now what I can do, this is a midpoint. I don't have to finish sketch. I can go right away and create our circle. Now usually for a fusion you have a diameter. So we already, our parameter is radius, so we need to multiply it. To multiply magnet radius, enter. Now we have our, so you can, if you don't want this, you can just delete this part, and after this you have the circle. Now click on the home, you see the circle that will be used for a magnet. So click on this region and go to extrude. Now this time we don't go up, which blue will be extrude, and the negative will be, we want to do making a hole. So what I can do, you can come here and we can say minus. We want it to be we will using the magnet height for that. So we say minus magnet height. Now we're creating the first one. For the next one, it will be parallel to this hole. I'm clicking on the construct, and I'm creating I will create the plane parallel to the XY. And here we go. Sorry, I need to make a midpoint between, yeah. First, I need to create offset plane. So let's create offset plane. The offset plane will be parallel to XY, and the will be 0.1. Sorry, it will be the length, cube length. So now I have a plane. So I have a two plane parallel to each other. I want to find the mid plane. So click on here, click on mid plane. I want to have XY plane, the first one, and the second one will be the newest one. And this plane will be basically midpoint. If you want to see it, here you go. This is the mid plane. So now what I'm doing, I'm mirroring this hole to the bottom. So you click on the create, go into the mirror. In this one, you have multiple choices. You want to mirror the feature, which will be the hole. Click on the feature, click on the hole, and the next you come to pick up or select the mirror plane. In these cases, that will be mid plane. Now, as you see, this hole will be created. You want to check it, you can look at the bottom and you see it. Now we want to make two more plane from the side. So we can hide those plane, we don't need it. You can click on the construction, we don't need those plane. So now I want to create the offset plane, will be this side. So what I do, let's create the first offset plane, that will be best. Offset plane, we already have, or this is already this one. We want to go the other way. So we'll be clicking in here, cube length, but I want to be the other side. So I have to click minus. Here we go. Now first let's make a sketch here. So sketch, and first I do similar. I do the two line to find the center of this square. Now I'm using the center of the square as the center of my circle. I'm using magnet radius multiply by 2. Here we go. Now I don't need those two reference line. I can delete them. And now let's do it this way. You can see it. I'm clicking on first finish the sketch, and then click on the extrude using the same, like so will be minus, of course, magnet height. Now the next step will be, so I don't know, the next step we need to create another mid plane, which I believe you already have these two. So let's click on mid plane, this one. We don't have this one, I believe, so maybe we need to create it. Okay, so let's create a mid plane. So it looks like I don't have it, but let's click. Actually, we have it, so we get this is the mid plane. Now let's go and project this, mirror the same thing. So click on mirror. First select the feature, is already there. Select the feature. The next step is to create this one, and now we have it. So come to the construction. We don't need to see all this, and click on the home, And now you see 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can play with it to see the other. And this is a way you create it. You can make it look nicer. So click on the body here, and you can click on the appearance, and then let's call it red. Let's pick this red or whatever red you have, and then put it here. And this is not bad. This is good. So now the next step, the final step, we need to save it. And I call it cube. And I put it in the location that I already have a project, workshop, save. And then I'm clicking on export. And when you export it, you need to export it as STL. STL. This is a file. STL. And now the file is ready to print. So let's click on it. And let's see. Now I'm opening the Bamboo Studio, and I look at my cube. So if you look at it, say the cube is this side, which is great. Now, if you slice it, it tells you it takes 38 minutes. Because what I have, my nozzle is 0.2, but if you have a different nozzle, less standard one will be 0.4. Let's see this one and see how much time it takes. It's actually 90 minutes, but you can print more than that one. So this will be. So that's it. I hope this will be useful.